Hello, I'm Dr. CDCS, and this is Sandistry. This is a upcoming early access release that's being published by Hooded Horse and being developed by Lanto Games. Hooded Horse sent a key my way for me to check out the game, and so I thought I'd make a video on it and show what it looks like. I did play a bit of it to just wrap my head around how some of the mechanics work. It is a bit of a I wouldn't say there's a big learning curve, but I don't usually play this kind of game. I don't play very many automation games, but I will say, someone who's fairly new to it, it's very easy to pick up. It was very easy to understand what the game wanted me to do. And it seems to be something that definitely, if that is something that interests you, automation games like Factorio or Satisfactory, and yeah, if those games interest you, you should definitely keep an eye on this one. Also, this does have a 2D perspective, similar, I guess, in a way to a game like Terraria. So if that also appeals to you, this might be something you want to keep an eye on. So there is a tutorial. We won't go through the tutorial. We'll just go and continue my existing game, and I can just show you what I've learned and go on from there. Keep in mind, it isn't the cleanest look for I guess my base, if you could even call it that. But hopefully this gives you a good idea what the game is like. Let's take a look and see what the options are like. We got language, we got UI scale, hotbars. You want to adjust the hotbar to the way you like it. You can have autosave on or off if you don't want to have that on. You can also have various display options, which I hope they'll increase as the game hits 1.0. Offer more features is always a good thing. But you can have an uncapped frame rate if you want, and you can actually have an FPS counter if you want that as well. Audio sliders, a couple of sliders here. I did make some adjustments there to make it a bit louder for me. And you can rebind the keys if you want. If you prefer ESDF, you can have that. Other than that, let's continue my existing save. Like I said, there is a tutorial to the game, but it's not too complicated. It doesn't go on that long. But yeah, here's my current save. This is my character. I don't think he has a name, but he has a job. He was sent here by, I can't remember if we work for a corporation or if we work for a government, but we're here on this planet. There seem to be some hints that a previously advanced civilization lived on the planet, but we're not here for that. We're here to mine and unlock the tech tree, as it were, gather resources. So that's what we're going to do. So basically, how does this work? You might see some structures here. Like I said, this is me playing some of the game already, but it's fairly simple. Early on, you have to start off with, we have what we call here the shovels. We have a couple of shovels here, and we basically, let me go to a place where I can actually show what I do in this case. And you dig. You dig. I mean, I have put some enhancements on the shovel, so it is digging a little bit more than at the initial beginning. But you dig, you make some bit of a hole here, and you can see here that when we go to option 2 here called the grabber, so we have the shovel, we have the grabber. Those are the initial 2 items you begin with, and as you play more of the game, you unlock more of these objects here in the hotbar. But you can see here that when we pick the grabber, we can see that there's sand, and one of the things we need to acquire is currency. So how do we acquire currency? Well, we take this sand, for instance, and we take the grabber and we grab the sand. When we come over here, and it's good, there is a bit of a automation already initialized here, so you're not going to see, I guess I could put it in here and drop that wet sand, but I'm going to pick this up and drop it here before it goes. I'm just going to take this sample here. I'm going to take all of this. I'm going to take us all here before it gets caught up in the automation here, because we don't want to get to that just yet. But to put it simply, we take the wet sand and we'll go over here, and then you start shaking it. you start shaking the wet sand, and you get two types of things from the shaking. You get residue, which you can see at the bottom there, and you get something that the grabber is holding on, and that's a little something we like to call gold. So I already have this container here, which I'll talk about later, but we want to plop this container, our hold of gold in here, and we have some credits here, which reflects our gold amounts. And yeah, so basically we're acquiring gold through the shifting of wet sand so far. I don't know if there might be other ways to acquire gold, but that's the current way we're doing it right now. So we're harvesting dirt, converting it into, not dirt, but sand, converting into wet sand from the water, picking up said wet sand, and we're shaking it to get some gold out of it, which gives us currency or credit to make purchases, which if we press the tab button, we can actually see under research. So under research, you can see that I've already unlocked a bit of the tech tree already, but here is where we make our purchases with the credits to unlock more features, say more building items, and also enhancements to in this case, for example, a flamethrower, for example, to unlock more ways of harvesting resources in this case. As far as I can tell, I mean, other than the flamethrower, which is ideally used for resource gathering, or one type of resource in particular, it's not clear if there's anything that we can attack with. Like, I don't think we have weapons. I'm not sure. I don't seem to have a health bar, and I don't know if they're planning on adding hostile enemies yet. But right now, I don't seem to have a health bar, HP meter. I can pass through. I had to research hovering, so I'm hovering right now in the air. But hovering allows me to pass through these materials that I've already accumulated. This residue that I got from sand from previous sifting. So if we unlock the space bar by going back to normal mode, I guess we can still pass through it, but yeah, we won't be able to hover. But we do have some jets that we can go in the air, kind of jump up in the air and hover for a bit, or you can press space bar and we can just hover. It's not very, it's a very accommodating, and well, the autosave is kicking in, as you can see. If you don't want that, you can turn that off. But yeah, it's very accommodating. It's pretty chill and relaxed. I think it's more about the automation and setting up these processes, if that's something that appeals to you. I think they're aiming for that. So that might be something that might be more, more of a net positive as opposed to having to deal with hostile flora and fauna, I guess. All right, so I showed you how we just manually shook some gold from the wet sand, but like I said, it's all about automation, and as you can see here, I created a little bit of automation here within this pool of water. So through researching and unlocking through credit usage, I have, in this case, I have some conveyor belts here. You can see here. So what's it here? Let's see here. Conveyor belt, which are these items. Well, I mean, these blocks here. And I have also a launcher. So basically, whenever I take any sand and I dump it in the water, we'll see what happens here. So we have already some pre-destroyed, well, I guess we already have some created sand here. Let me just dig this and clear this out. We have some sand here. Not sand, I'm sorry. Is it dirt or sand? I forgot which. Sand. So we're going to take this and we're going to just plop this over here into the water. Take all that sand. A very liberal method of accumulating and taking sand, and it's not very restrictive, which is nice if you want a more casual playthrough. So you can see the launcher's taking it up, and it's being put on the conveyor belt here, and these, I believe, are shakers. So as it passes through, it's being shaken. The sand is getting shaken automatically, and it's being split into what we call residue here and gold. So we're accumulating gold, And you can see these little blocks with C. I've designated this area as a holder for a collector for currency. So currency is automatically collected into gold here. You can see some of it's being filtered over here. I mean, I didn't exactly, this is my first time building a contraption like this, so it's not 100% effect like accurate. But again, this game is very casual friendly. Like, you can see how I was easily able to choose gold. So one nice thing about the game is that if you hover with your mouse and pick gold, it'll automatically say, hey, you just want gold and not the rest of the residue. So you can just shake around this residue and pick up all the gold that's being caught up in the excess and just drop it in there. Very, very handy. Not very complicated. I do like that quite a bit. But yeah, so we're accumulating some gold. You can see I have a 310 credits right now. Clear that up. See, I picked up some residue. And initially, residue had no purpose. But recently I discovered that you can convert this into other materials, and which might be of benefit to you. So the flamethrower, which is the newest thing, I just unlocked this. It'll allow me to turn residue into burnt residue, and then we use that to make another resource, which we'll do later. But I also, wanted to show some of the other things. So you can see these blocks here. These are blocks I've unlocked through researching, through credit usage. And so yeah, we have conveyor belts, which when we drop the sand, it's moving it along the conveyor belt. You can actually press, I believe, the Alt key when building a block. So we'll go over here just real quick, and I'll just show you. So if we build, let's say you want to build something, and let's say you want to use a conveyor belt. So you can see the green arrow is pointing the direction that the conveyor belt's going to move as you're applying the block. But you can press Alt and it will change the direction. So you could be like, okay, I actually want the conveyor belt to go this way. So when you're placing your blocks, you press Alt and it'll change the angle of direction in case you wanted to go somewhere else, or the opposite direction in this case. So there you go. And again, like I said, very, very easy to use interface. So you can press the X key, or we can hover over this icon if you like change your mind and go, oh, I don't want this. Press X, and you can just drag and drop, and there you go. You don't want those blocks anymore. But yeah, the conveyor belt allows you to place things, like if you want to say, like I said here, you want to drag something and you want it to move, it'll move along the conveyor belt. And if you want to put a launcher here, you can, and have that go like so. And it'll automatically take that residue and plop it. Well, I guess if it had something on the floor like foundation, like that, it will work much better. Foundation is basically a solid block, which will act. In this case, you can see here it's preventing the residue from falling under or through. But in this case, it can also act as a holder for your credits. When I signify this area as just for holding credits, so you can be a collector and be like, hey, I want to put this area is just for collecting, so anything that lands in here will be treated as currency. So you can do that. It's, like I said, very, very easy to get a handle on the UI. The interface is very user friendly. The newest item I just unlocked, I haven't had a chance to use it, is the filter. So you can place this filter, and you can see here, everything else will, it's a filter, basically it acts as a filter, as the name says. If you place, let's say here, this residue, and drop it, you see how nothing's passing through this filter. That's because the filter has been designated that it only allows snow. So, I don't have any snow here. Can I change this? Let's see here. Whoa, what is this? What's happening here? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, it's individual blocks are being affected. Oh, I'm placing blocks. I don't want that. Get rid of that. All right, so let's get a conveyor belt here just in case. Oh wait, is it going the wrong way? All right, so for the sake of the example, I'm going to go get some snow. So we're going to have to go and find a mountain. So we're going to go head over this way. You can ignore that. We don't know what that is yet. You can also see some holes which I've dug through previously. But as we climb up, you can see that we have some ice. I don't know if I find snow because I've been melting this. Let's see if we use the flamethrower here. This is the newest pickup, more or less, was to get the flamethrower to convert ice into water. And you can see those little pellets going in the air. That's going to cause a cloud formation, which will cause rain. So that's one of the things it was teaching me how to do. I didn't have time to go through with it, but yeah, you can then produce rain and then collect that rain and create more water for sand conversion into gold and residue. There's a whole cycle of things to create. I'm finding pretty interesting. You can see this water. These are very nice. I like the way the water's beating down here, and it's filling up this little reservoir here. Very nice. I don't think I can find any snow here yet, but that's fine. The filter is, but yeah, the filter, you can place it on and allow one thing to pass through. I know you can click to expand. Yes, here you go. You can see it right here. So you can tell it'll be like, hey, I want only gold or residue to pass through here, and everything else just pass on through and keep going off to another destination. So I just unlocked this. I haven't had a chance to use it in anything yet. So hopefully I can do that in the video. We'll cancel all that. We don't need that. One thing I would like to do is get rid of... Okay, I guess hitting right-clicking wasn't getting rid of that prompt. I had to click on the grabber or something else, I guess, to change its selection. Alright, so you can see basics here with how to gather resources, or credits in this case. So if you press tab, you use those credits and you research things along the tech tree. So in this case, I'll unlock the flare gun, which will unlock which will allow me to light up dark areas. So I'll get that. But here we have a requirement here. I already unlocked tier 2, but now I have to do the have to unlock tier 3 research. In order to do that, I need to press burnt residue. So that's kind of where I left off. I wasn't entirely sure what I had to do. So I guess I figured that out in this video. So that's one task I have to do. The other task is I guess I have to show you this thing, the upgrades portion of the tech tree. So there's a whole different currency you have to acquire, and this is called Fluxite, I believe. I think it's called Fluxite. And you acquire Fluxite. They're these little pink crystals, and you use that to upgrade your grabber, in this case, your flamethrower, various tools you can upgrade using Fluxite. So in this case, I maxed out the material scanner. Also, I put a bit of an upgrade in expanded capacity on the grabber, digging speed. I think I can increase the range of the flames right now with 100, so I might do that. There you go. There you go. I put in 100 Fluxite. I think it's called Fluxite. And oh, we also have augments. Right, I picked this up in an alien underground alien area, underground alien base, I guess. I found this artifact which allowed me to augment my abilities a bit. So I've added one to my movement speed, and I guess I can create a socketable augment at some point. But yeah, well, there's like little things this game has which are pretty cool. All right, so this is another alien structure which I have yet to figure out how to open or gain access to. Maybe I can go through. Oh wait, I gained access to it. Whoa, okay. Well. Well. How about that? I got some story now. These ruins show. So when you start the game, you this is your contact who helps you, basically your tutorial helper. So she's contacting us right now. This is Zoe. These ruins show a natural system for collecting water from caves. Boil water into steam and let it rise. Once high enough, it condenses into rain. Use blocks to direct the steam and create a natural rain catcher. Okay. So let me read that again. They show a natural system for collecting water from the caves. Boil water into steam and let it rise. Once high enough, it condenses into rain. I got that. Use blocks to direct their steam and create a natural rain catcher. Okay. So... Okay. But how do I do that? Okay. There's no snow in this case. Huh. Okay, well, let's go explore and see what else is around here. This is another area I dug up. And we're also coming to a new biome around here. This is sand, which I haven't really... Is this sand or dune? It's called dune. Which is a bit of a rougher... As you can see here, the moment I dig, it reforms back into its previous shape, more or less. But, yeah, it did... Not great, but, you know, can't really do much with that. But there's some dirt here I can use. There's also a cactus here. Does that do anything for me? We'll head over here and see what's what. Is this a pyramid? Interesting. Can I break the pyramid? Can I dig under? I mean, they had to know I was going to do this. Well, nope, we hit solid rock. We hit sandstone, which I don't think I can break with my grabber right now. Or my shovels. No, my shovels will not break through that. Got limestone, which I can't do anything about. Can't break that. What about the flamethrower? If I use the flamethrower on the cactus, yes, the flamethrower is burning the cactus apart. Okay. Okay, let's research kinetic press. Unlock kinetic press from the tech tree. Adds a connected press for converting burnt residue into more gold. Alright, what do I need for the kinetic press? I need 500 credits. So I got 232. Okay. I just want to check if I actually had that research or not. Alright, so I need to convert more sand into gold. We do have water here. Now, the question is, if I wanted to make use of this, is it gonna come out through here, or is it gonna go in through there? Let's go up and see how far up we can go here. I can go pretty high. There's definitely going to be a limit. There's definitely a limit. I think I hit the limit. Alright, let's go back down. Well, that's how far you can go. I also unlocked this mini-map. Oh. That's a little much. You can expand the mini-map how you like. That's pretty cool. Alright, well... This is where I kind of left off, like I said, and so I'm kind of figure out here... What's my next move? I guess we'll follow this and unlock Research Kinetic Press. So I need more water. Well, I have water. I need more sand. Is this wet sand? Oh. That's sand. That's sand. Let's just do this, grab all the wet sand. Okay, don't shake. Okay, one cool thing is if you don't want it to accidentally make gold, which is what's happening right here. I'll just clear this out, pick up this gold, and take care of it right there. But yeah, if you don't want to shake, you can turn that off right there. You can see the shaking there, so you can just pick this up and it won't convert into residue and gold. So this is sand, regular old sand. This is wet sand. So we'll drop that there. Sand. Let's hover over everything, pick up whatever we can. Drop that in the water. More sand. Pick up whatever we can. There you go. More sand. There you go. Very convenient. I like the fact that you can just click on one spec and it'll be like, hey, this is what you want? Okay. From now on, I'm only picking that. Very nice. Very nice. Is that residue? There's residue. So we can clear the top of that and drop that residue there. Clear that up. All right. So we got some gold here. Pick that up. Drop that. More gold. You know, for a first time contraption slash invention, not too bad. I could do worse. You could do worse. You could do worse with this. There you go. Grab that. We're close to 500. Very close. All right, let's go make some sand. As you can see, the water level's getting it's getting a little low because it's been converting sand into wet sand for quite a bit of time now. Just need to grab some more of this and drop it in there. There we go. Take some of this wet sand and drop it there. I'm gonna have to clear out this residue here. All right, you know what? Easy peasy. I'm gonna go here, make a little hole here. There you go. Free up that backlog. Free up the backlog. Good thing you don't suffocate. We got some sand here. That get filtered out. I think we have enough to research kinetic press, so we're gonna grab that and drop that in there because I made a secondary collection area. Because you never know. It looks like some of the sand, wet sand is getting filtered into the residue. It's not filtering fast enough. All right, doesn't matter. So let's go to research and let us get the kinetic press. Kinetic press has been researched. So this will help with further processing. So let's see here. Let's see, kinetic press. We can actually drag and drop. Yes, this is something I was thinking about. Can you? Let's go here, kinetic press. Let's use that on the flare there, and we can replace that icon. So the kinetic press, how does this work? Drop burnt residue on the kinetic press from a great height to refine it into gold and seed. Okay. All right, so I've never done this before. Let's see how this works. Let's see what's in here. Okay, so I'm gonna take this residue, plop it here. just for the sake of experimentation, seeing what's what. Just separate some of this sand out from here. Grab that. Alright, so we got some residue here. Oh wait, we got a ton of residue here. What am I doing? Alright. So let me clear this out and drop that in there. Let's drop that in there. How did that happen? I don't know. There we go. How did the residue get in there? I think I did that by accident. So let's get this gold. Excellent. Oops. Good thing the collection area doesn't allow non-coinage to accumulate. But there you go. We got some good gold here. I'm just going to transfer this all here. And I'm going to press X and get rid of that. Okay, so we got this ton, a huge ton of residue that's just sitting here. So I'm going to take a launcher. I don't exactly know how this works. Take a conveyor belt. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take this conveyor belt right here. I don't want to drop it on top of here, but whatever. I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. Well, I do have a choice. I can just do this. Let's just do this. So the nice thing about the game, and it may be a nice thing for some, might be not such a nice thing for others, is that there seems to be no resource that I need to create the foundation. A lot of automation games, Satisfactory, you need to create raw materials in order to make other things. But in the case of this, you don't need that, as far as I can tell, for some of these early game editions. I assume as late game happens or as the early access evolves, this will obviously change. But for now, it's free reign. And yes, you can also, when you start a new game, you can create a seed if you want that. Conveyor belt. Let's see. How does this work? Okay, hold on. Wait, how does this work again? Drop burnt residue on the kinetic press from a great height to refine it into golden seed. Alright, let's do a sample here. I don't exactly understand how this works. Okay. It's burnt residue, correct? Yeah, so I gotta burn some residue. There you go, we got some burnt residue. Actually, we're getting a lot of burnt residue. Holy crap. Oh, this is spreading oh, so this is how wildfires start. Alright, so we got some burnt residue. Let's see. Whoa, there you go. Okay. Alright. So, do some this, and then we'll make a filter here. Actually, click X here, because the filter should be going this way. And it should be... Well, I guess it's all pretty much residue now. I mean, burnt residue. I think all the residue just got converted, so it doesn't really matter in this case. But if I wanted to adjust an existing filter, Alright, let's delete this first. Maybe I should... Whoops. Filter. Let's filter... allow... residue... block... No, what? Allow residue. What the? There you go. Okay. So I'm going to take this launcher. Not perfect, but, you know. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Hold on, hold on. I just need to adjust here. Yeah, I need the launcher to go up one more. And I need you to block that, please. Wait, what? Is it because I didn't do one continuous line? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. There you go. There you go. Okay. Okay. And then... let's clear this quickly. Oh my god. There you go. Conveyor belt. Just move over there a bit. Kinetic press. And then do a foundation. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Sometimes I amaze myself with how good I am at this. Okay, let's take a look at... we've got some residue that's being burnt. It's a little slow, but it's happening. And... send some more residue up there. Let's get the conveyor belt. And let's... let's actually get rid of this conveyor belt. Let's put another launcher here. There you go. And, oh, I missed it. But yes, you can see gold. And we're getting our residue burnt. Yes, excellent. Let's drop that. There you go. Just drop this burnt residue in there. Is it perfect? No. And I assume in more capable hands you will start seeing some pretty awesome things. But for now, for me, I'm just getting some credits here. Some excellent credits. There we go. Look at this. Look at that. I guess we don't need these two. But still. Oh, not the burnt residue. That burnt residue is getting moved around everywhere. There you go. I wonder why it didn't go through sort all of that. Oh, is it not connecting right? Whoa. Oh, cycling through the options. Let's get a foundation there. So we can fix that. And by fixing, I mean it broke it. What's happening? What's happening? Why is all this burnt residue getting stuck? No, enough. Oh, it's because it's not completing at the end point here. I have to empty this out. Oh, I need more gold. Oh, I need this to hold gold. Credits, I mean. Just hold the credits. Hold the credits. Hold credits. Oh my god. Just don't panic. So we're just clearing it out. Just clearing it out. It's a little bit it's a little bit of a mess. Don't worry, it's gonna get sorted. I don't know what seeds are. Get out of here, seeds. I want gold. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Let's pick up some more burnt residue. Dump that. Huh, I should have done it from a slightly taller height. But you get the point. You get the idea. We're unlocking it. Ooh, look at this. 1,000 gold. I got an achievement. Look at that. First in the world. One of the first in the world to do that. That will soon not be the case. Once this game comes out. But it's nice to be among the first. Alright. Right, give me that gold. Give me that sweet, sweet gold. Alright, we'll just sort that out. The seed. Let's readjust that window. Let's get seed, get out of here. I don't know what seed is for yet. Interacts with water. Huh. In what way? Is this gold? That is gold. Pick that up. What's this, seed? There you go. See? Perfect. Perfection. Perfect. There you go. Who needs that burnt residue? Get out of there, burnt residue. Money. Man, if only money was making gold was this easy. All right, so how are we on the... I still have to unlock so much burnt residue. I should have just dumped it into this hole here. It would have been faster. All right, let's walk over here. Oddly enough, a lot of the residue I had from the original gold making operation is now gone. Wow. Wowie wow. Oh wait, I didn't burn this. Let's get a flamethrower. No, go on fire. Hey, you're supposed to be on fire here. Come on, guys. Sort it out. Alright, how does the conveyor belt here work? I guess by doing this... Come on. I don't think that's working. I think I may have screwed this up. Whoops. Make sure I do that. Let's do a launcher here. Wait, I don't want to... Oh, wow. That actually... Well, there you go. There you go. Problem solved. Problem solved. Whoops. Problem solved, more or less. Let's go to the research tree and take a look at what I can purchase here. Thermal buffer unlocks a thermal buffer which can store and distribute heat for nearby machines. Cool. Conveyor portal unlocks a conveyor portal which allows elements to cross production lines without mixing. That seems like some pretty advanced stuff. Sweeper drone unlocks sweeper drones to easily collect materials from the ground. Hey, I'll try that. Our cryoblaster. Ooh, which produces infinite snow that can freeze water, solidify lava, or be steamed into rain. I might need that, actually. I'll take that. Alright. Who knows? I may need that at some point. Alright, well. Take some of that burnt residue. Drop that there. Look at that! We almost got all the burnt residue out of the way. There you go. Anything to catch on fire? Fire good. Okay. But yeah, there's some basics here on the game. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm exactly doing a fantastic job, but you can see that I am accomplishing my goals. We are, yeah, well, out of 3,000, I'm at 1,100 done so far. So let's go, well, let's go make some more burnt residue. Or let's acquire more burnt residue. Let's see. Oh, there's some here. Let's see here. Let that catch on fire for a bit. Let's just grab all this. Is this all sand? As you can see, I made some, there you go. Let the fires burn. That's some residue there. Alright, cool. Grab some of that. Drop that there. Do I have... No, I don't have enough. I was hoping that I had enough of the fluxite to upgrade my digger. Or, yeah, my grabber, I should say. Not the digger. Oh. Did that catch on fire? Grab some of that. Some more there. Okay. Anything here to grab, as it were? Seeds. What do seeds do? Let's take one. Let's try to take one seed, or just. What happens? Wet seed. What does wet seed interact with? Interacts with what? I don't know what that is. Well, I'll just drop it on this ground and see what happens. I don't think it'll do anything. Yeah, it won't do anything. I think it's some kind of contraption, like a pot or something. You want to grow stuff. Oh, there's some residue being brought in. Burnt residue, I should say. Good. How are we on the... Still got quite a lot to do. Oh boy. Oh my god. Alright, let's drop you. I guess you would put the filter at the bottom here to be like, okay, filter out the seeds. You don't want it. Let's do that. Yeah, let's get rid of these seeds. Get out of here, seeds. I don't know what to do with you yet. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, the interface itself is pretty easy to understand. Very easy to get used to. But it takes time. It takes time. I'm not sure what the end game is in early access right now. If it's just building things until they make more updates to, say, add something else, like in-game wise. Some kind of PvE thing you got to deal with. I mean, keep in mind also I haven't touched the surface of the early access. I mean, this is what, I guess, technically 2 hours worth of gameplay, almost. And I'm still trying to unlock the next level. Like I said, I'm not the best when it comes to automation games. It's not exactly my forte, as it were, but I know in the hands of someone who's very capable, they could do some really great things with this. Also, why is this so full? Find me another place to dump some money. There you go. You can dump some money there. Take some of that burnt residue over there. Cool. Just clear some of that out. Clear that out. Let's empty this out. Oop, I didn't pick that up. There's that gold. Alright. There you go. Almost cleared it all. Cleared the backlog. What is that? Residue? Oh. There you go. See? Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Now what do we do? How are we? Oh yeah, there it is. We still got quite a bit to do. Just over halfway. I'm gonna have to acquire some more areas of water production. It did say make some rain. So I guess we could do that. I do have a boost now, so I can press shift and run a bit. This doesn't go far, but, you know, not too bad. What can I unlock? Let's get some super drones. Let's see. Let's go to options real quick. Let's go to hotbar. There you go. Oh, it's already there. All right, cool. Guess I didn't need that then. The nice thing I wanted to mention with the UI is that it does a really solid job of conveying information in case you're wondering about things. So you can see, like, it's pretty simple on the right there. Shovel, dig a hole, pretty straightforward. But some things may not be as straightforward, say with the filter. So it shows you a little video there on the right to show you what it does. If you're a little confused by what exactly it might do. And gives a pretty decent explanation. Same with the shaker. It even tells you can make a diagonal. I guess connect press. But yeah, pretty forward thinking with the tutorial, but in case like you don't want to like have someone narrate and tell you, oh, do this, do that, do this, you can instead have those little things on the side to give you tips in case you need a refresher to remind yourself, oh hey, I need to do this. All right, so let's try to I think I dug down here, that's why it's full of sand. Yes. Yes, I did. All right. So let's start digging. Wet sand, please. I don't have to click multiple times, you just hold down the mouse button and it'll auto dig. And like I said, through the upgrades, you can increase the rate at which the area which it's digging, and also the speed, among other things. So this is super quick, doesn't take too long to do. This is sand, right? No, this is all wet sand. Oh, this is sand. There we go. That water is slowly getting converted. There you go. Drop some more. I'm basically converting this entire pool of water into sand at this point. If I dig this, I don't think it's going to float to the top or anything. No, I'm going to have to move it along. There you go, sand. Let's grab all that sand. Luckily, I don't drown here. There we go. And let's clear this out. Okay, clear. Okay, where do I want to drop this stuff into? We'll drop it here. Alright, so let's get a foundation here. And we'll just do this. Alright, so we'll take the conveyor belt and we'll just do that, and then we'll do a filter. Oh, I should have expanded here. X this. And filter. Okay, that was a bit of a bug there. It wasn't bringing up the window until I clicked on something else and went back, so that should be something you should look at. So yes, I want to allow residue to pass through. Everything else will continue on. So, yes, perfect. So I want the wet sand to go up. I want that to happen. And let's get the shaker. Yes. No. No. Residue isn't formed yet. Why would residue be formed yet? It has to be shook. So let's do that. Let's get the shaker. Okay. So shaker, it's going to shake the that should work. Yeah, it should drop gold in there. Okay, so get the launcher. Oh no, it's going the wrong way. Okay, what? Oh dear God. I pressed Alt and I think I changed the trajectory on that. Oops. I want a line. I'm looking at the left corner there. You can see free angle build mode, replace, and alternative. There you go. I had to point the mouse cursor the other way. There you go. That's better. So point it in the direction you wanted to go. There you go. There's some safety. So this should not work. Let's see. No. Oh, it's moving now. I need a shaker. There you go. It had to do it like that. Or not? Hold on. Oh, dang it. I pressed X. Replace alternative. That looks like the right direction. I guess if it's going up, it doesn't work as well as it's going down. I think with the other ones, I have them pointing downwards. So that's probably why it works. Alright, so we'll do the shaker then on going in a downward trajectory. I think I have that at this wrong level. Yeah, now it's shaking, but the gold is getting sifted. Alright, so then get rid of that. Give me a... Oops, I turned off the... Give me a filter. There. God damn. Okay. This is taking me a bit longer to figure it out, but it's happening because I just sorted it out. Okay, cool. Okay. Just gotta grab all the gold, sort out the mess, drop that in there. There you go. Wet sand. Let's redo this again. Part 2. Wet sand. There you go. Okay. Now, as you can see, things are slightly different now. Let's rearrange this wet sand here so it gets pummeled up. And as you can see, it's getting filtered. The gold is getting filtered while the residue is coming out, falling down there, which I want. There you go. See, was that so hard? That wasn't so hard, was it? All right, good. And now I need that burnt residue, so let's burn it up. A continuous fire of burnt residue. Just a little bit of a flame there. A constant barrage of flame. Very nice. Oh, look at that. That is automation. And look at that gold. Look at all that gold. Yep. Yup. Alright, let's just do that. Just resurrect some of that. Just rearrange some of this. I don't think you can pick up water. No. Let's get let's get a launcher. One thing I did notice is like I can't click on this and deselect. I guess because I had something in my... There was something there. Alright, one thing I would like to know is how do I get this to push towards the launcher? That is one thing I am curious about. I'm not entirely sure how that works. I mean, the game didn't tell me how to do that. I assume there will be some kind of unlock to like push to like grab materials towards the launcher, and you can specify what you wanted to grab. But right now I am forced to like do this just because, you know, it's not so much the game, it's more me not understanding certain mechanics probably. But you know, I don't mind this. This isn't so bad. I mean, eventually... What is that, sand? Oh man. Hold on. Is there a big pile? Yeah, there is a big pile of sand here. Well, the water's about to run out. Yep, the water is about to run out. So you got to be able to create a sustainable way of creating water, which will then turn the sand into wet sand, which can then be launched and sifted into gold and residue, and then you take the gold and use that for purchases. So, or research in this case, if you want to unlock more things. We'll do that. Look at that. Use some of the gold up. And, alright, so we've got quite a bit of burnt residue here. Or residue, which will soon become burnt residue. There you go. Convert that into burnt residue. And let's see here. If I were to take this, do this, remove this, expand this, but remove this line. That's no longer applicable. Do that. Grab this gold and just dump it over here. Because you gotta. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Pick up that gold, please. Just there you go. Not perfect. The residue is kind of sitting there, but it's fine. Grab this, dump that. I'll fix this later. Okay, so in the case of this, let's take a look here. If I want to adjust this filter here, and I think you can. Cut copy. Radial? Oh, we have a radial menu, okay. But that's not what I want. Picker? I can move it, which is fine. Do I double click? I'm trying to figure out how to edit this. If I want to change this filter, that's not clear to me. Ruler, radial, select, undo, hover, upgrade. Is this floating here? Telling me to upgrade something? Fine, permafrost search. There you go. Stop bothering me. Sweeper drone, building. Let's see. If the buttons feel sticky and hard to use, you can disable drag and drop. Okay. But that's not what I want. What I want to do is edit an existing block. In the case of the filter, I want to change this. Is this change for everything? Okay, well, I'm not sure if this is a generalized or universal filter change, or if it's specific to these filters I've already set up, but that needs to be a bit more clear, I do think. I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so let's get the burnt residue that I've accumulated, and should probably get the rest of this turned into burnt residue. Alright. Oh, this is residue, not burnt residue. Alright, let's grab all that. Grab all this. Let's separate this stuff. Let's grab all that. There's some gold there, which we can pick up and put there. What is this? Sand? Can't believe there's sand there. I don't think we got anything in terms of alright, so let's burn that. Let it join. Alright, cool. Alright, so we got this burnt residue. I'm gonna remove all this. Let's see if I can burn all these credits on something. What can I get? Oh, I can't get anything. Maybe 100. 100 more to get a flashlight. But right now, I'm gonna take this burnt residue, which is right here, and I'm going to get a kinetic press. I'm going to put a conveyor belt. Press Alt to change its trajectory, so it goes that way. And just get a simple launcher to launch this. Oh, face it. Nope. This way, yeah. There you go. No, you're going the wrong way. No, no, no. Ah. Oh, jeez. Well, I thought I did it right. I did not. It was this way. There you go. Better. Alright, just dump all this burnt residue. There you go! Oh my god, it's one at a time. There you go, we got some burnt residue. Filter that out, just recycle it back there. Like I said. Oh wait, yeah, no, that's fine. I could just simplify that if I want. There you go, 600. Guess what I'm up doing? Just took all the credits down. There you go. Easy. What's going on here? Why is the residue all like that? Oh, because... Oh, jeez. Again... Oh, balls. Okay, get rid of that. Nope. There you go. I'm gonna do this. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna do this. Yeah. Take the launcher here. Take the conveyor belt. And there we go. Let's try this. I kind of want to see if the mechanism works at least. I mean, I could have just dropped it on... What's happening there? Oh, God. Alright, so you definitely need to keep an eye out on things. There you go. There you go. Alright, that's plan A there. I'm not entirely sure at what point this thing's gonna launch itself, but let's see. There you go, better. It's working! Oh, come on, man. There. All gold. All golden seed. Hey, how come that didn't get registered? Alright, excellent. No money, but that's fine. It's not about the money, it's about unlocking the next tier. But this video is over an hour and 20 minutes long. But I guess I should have like played it for like 3 or 4 hours and then shown you what to do. But at the same time, you wouldn't be seeing a lot of the early game, which is very important in this case. Yeah, I think this is fine. This isn't... we got some wet sand here. Let's see. Do that. Let's do some quick and dirty wet sand. Let's see how fast it can take me to get to 3,000 here. There you go. Drop some residue in there. You can just grab all this residue and just drop it here. Oh, no, 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 no. Catch, put it on fire. Turn into burnt residue. Burn, burn, baby, burn. Oh god, all that residue turned into like a few pieces. But it's fine. It's about the unlock. It's a little tall here. There you go. take a look here. Yeah, it should be fine, right? Excellent. Excellent. Some more residue. Oh, is that residue? Oh, cool. Burn, burn, burn. Might as well just do some quick and dirty conversion of sand into wet sand. And then take this and drop it here. Do that. Oh my god, all the residues popping over here. Excellent. Just start burning some of this already. Alright, we'll convert this automatically into some burnt residue. Let's grab this. Speed up a bit. I'm just dropping this gold in there because, you know. There we go, more gold. More gold for the coffers. Residue, wet sand. Soundtrack is very nice. The graphics are simple but clean. I like the interface quite a bit. It's probably my most favorite part about this. What is that? Seed? Alright. Switch back to the flamethrower here. How are we? Almost 2,500 out of 3,000 on that next tier. Get that residue out. Let's clear that out. There you go. Let's burn that. I don't think there's any more sand. I mean water. Burn that up and get like 3 pieces. There you go. Not the greatest. This isn't the greatest setup, but you know, hey, it's working. It's effective. I believe there's some water over here. The game is very forgiving. I can just take... This is meltable ice. So let's go over here. No, this is water. So let's start digging, I guess. This should get me over the hump. I am way over on this video, almost an hour and a half. But as you can see, like, this is a time-consuming game. Well, in a casual's hands, beginner's hands. But I'm certain that, like I said, once you get into it and learn the secrets, you can probably go pretty far in this. As for me, only work with what I got. It ain't much. It ain't much, but you know, it's honest work. Probably should have extended the filter over here to be like, go kind of this way. Yeah, okay. So I don't think we need the launcher to go this far up, but I will take this launcher here. We'll dump that residue over here. Is that residue? Oh my god. Cool. More stuff to burn. Let's increase the foundation here. Let's do that. All right. Let's do that, and let's break this down. There we go, got the residue out. Okay. Was that burnt residue? I'll take that. And convert. Come on. Let's do this. Allow residue. No, it should be allow gold. There. I don't know what happened here. Oh, good God. Residue, please. No. Jeez Louise. Okay, one thing I wish you could do is pause it. Pause movement. That would be cool. But that doesn't seem to be possible. Let me... There. And then X this. Good God, that only took 5,000 years to sort out. There you go. See? It takes me time, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Alright, let's turn the rest of this into what I need, which is burnt residue. Are you kidding me? Oh, for God's sakes. Let's grab this gold to get this out of here. There you go. That should fix it. Let's grab some more wet sand and test that out. This is a testament of an interesting and fun game, is that I still want to keep playing it, even though I know I'm bad at it. But there you go. See, it's filtering the gold. It's coming through here. But yes, the conveyor belt's moving it along, and it's going to be dumped inside. Oh, see? That's called patience. And now I got actual residue. All right, let's turn this into what we need. Let's finish this up. All right, what is this? Is this gold? What the heck is gold doing here? All right, grab all that gold excess. There you go. All right, burnt residue. Let's grab some of this. Oh, I'm out of jetpack fuel. There you go. There is a demo, by the way, if you want to try out the game before deciding whether or not to wishlist this. All right, there you go. We're finally back in the burnt residue game. And the conversion rate of, well, sand into burnt residue is very low. Alright, let's get that wet sand properly converted. I'm just blocking the residue going inside here. There you go. Wet sand. Let's grab some of that burnt residue. Some more, please. There you go. Oh my god, we're almost done. This video's gone on way too long. But I want to succeed. I mean, this is my first time ever playing this. And you know what? It's a good learning experience for future runs. How to become more... Oh! Whoa! Oh! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 2,994. I just need to get over the... Come on. Come on. Let's get that... Let's end this video on a high note here. Come on, give me that tier 4. Or unlock tier 3. I have to do tier 4 as my goal. There it is. Unlock tier 3. Unlocked. And when you unlock that, you can get stuff like the planter box, which I can use with the wet seeds to grow in a flower, which yields gold and amethyst, which harvested. Okay. I also got the activity heat map. Don't know what that means, but I'll unlock it. Why not? One thing that's kind of curious to me is that when I spend the credits, the gold is still there. More or less. I mean, I guess it's gone. I guess it's decreased in size. I mean, this is not part of the... Whoa, how did that happen? But yeah, we finally got an unlock. I got some more credits. Thanks to the separation here. There you go. Cleared out all that. And grow flowers is the next tier. Go. It's a really nice, clean way of showing you your objectives, which I do really like. A lot of games of this style tend to use a lot of pixel art type of text, and I do like it, but after a while I kind of get burnt out. So seeing some nice, clean text is really nice. That really does appeal to me. I will say there are some bugs or things I wish were a bit more cleaner in implementing, like switching and the filter of, when it comes to the filter, being able to adjust the filter options for individual, I mean, I'm not entirely sure if I'm doing it wrong. I might be, but I mean, in the case, I should have just stayed over here. So in the case of, let's say if we go to the picker here, I mean, if I press C for select, in this case, if I select this, it just lets me cut and copy. But let's say in the case of this, if I select this, well, this is probably the wrong one. Let's do this, the filter. Yeah, cut and copy. But I want to change this. That's the one thing I want to change. It's not clear to me how to do that. If the game was like, if it allowed me to do something like another button to change these what it filters out, that was a little bit more clear on how to do that, I think that would be nice. As it is, I don't know how to do that. I mean, I see this, when I click on this, it tells me residue and others. When I click on it, it just puts another block. And I don't want that. I have to right click to get rid of it, and it just takes me out of the selection process. And now it's stuck here. Like the pop-ups aren't coming back. I have to hit escape. Escape doesn't do anything. I have to actually click on launcher, then go back, and they'll bring it back. So I guess that's just a labels overlay, which doesn't allow you to really change it. So that's one thing that hopefully they can fix, where you can adjust individual filters or a group of filters by dragging and selecting them. Like, what is my drag and select? I'm not entirely clear what that is. Like radial, we have the select menu, which is this. So if I drag and drop, there's nothing going to let me go, hey, change these settings or click on this to change it to something else. That is one thing I hope they fix, or they allow me to do at some point. That would be cool, because we have picker. Hold F on your keyboard to use this action. Is that what it means? If so, I have to click picker. Picked filter. That could be it. And then it says to expand. Flame. So let's see. Let's build this. See, it's just a generalized flame filter. It's not changing it for this. Picked filter. Yeah, this is residue. Flame. It didn't change this, but it did change this. So, yeah. So, this is something that isn't clear to me. We have the ruler, which, I mean, that's fine. But yeah. So yeah, there's some confusion of how to change existing tiles. But other than that, this seems like a really cool game. It is early access though, so, you know, things are subject to change, and things will eventually move along and maybe not be exactly how they appear right now in this early access release, this 0.01 release, or however we call it. But yeah, there you go. I guess that's a good place. This is definitely a good place to stop. That is my look at Sandustry. I didn't really do much other than get my tier unlocked, which is cool. But it took me a while to do. This is a much longer video than I would have liked. I went way over. But hopefully it gave you a good idea what kind of game it is. It is a sandbox game after all. But whether or not there's some kind of story that you uncover as you play more of the game, that remains to be seen. From what I understand, this also has potential modding capabilities. I think according to Steam store page, they want to do modding at some point and have that in mind as the game develops. So if modding is something you might be interested in doing for this game, this is rest assured that it's gonna probably have some pretty robust tools for you. But yeah, I think that was a pretty decent look at the very, very early parts of this game. Like I said, though, it is early access, so always be cautious whenever putting anything on your wish list or even purchasing. But yeah, that was my look at Sandustry. It comes out August 13th. There is a demo. I don't know how fleshed out the demo is, but you can try it out before you take a further look into the game. But yeah, that'll do it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, that'll make me happy. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and until the next video. I'll see you. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.